Hi, welcome to Busy, Smart, and Strong. I'm Becky Lynn, and you know, here we are. It's the holidays again. Didn't we just do this last year? That's what I always say, but here we are, back into the holiday season. And it's that time of year that seems to drain our wallets and bank accounts completely dry. But hopefully, this year that won't happen. As my guest today, I have John Arnold with Southwest Wealth Strategies in Scottsdale, correct?
That's right, Becky.
All right, and he's going to be our guest and hopefully set us on the right path to not going broke this holiday season.
Well, that's usually the plan. The holiday season, everybody likes to go out and shop for their loved ones, but you want to have some fiscal sense about you when you do it.
Now, there was a survey that was done, I think, by the National Retail Federation that said last year, on average, Americans spent $423 the day after Thanksgiving, which would be Black Friday, and that all indications are that's just going to rise this year. I thought everybody was broke and the economy was in the tank and we had no money, and is that not true?
Well, what we're seeing is you're seeing the consumer coming back and they're spending their money, particularly on that Friday, which is a very popular day, as you know, to go out and shop. But I think shoppers have also learned their lessons from the economic disaster of 2008 and 2009. And they're starting to save a little bit more as well. And that's that fiscal restraint that you always got to keep in mind, particularly after Thanksgiving on that Black Friday where all the deals are there and you kind of talk yourself into getting something that, because it's a deal, I'm going to go buy it, but maybe you don't need it.
And it is hard because this year everything's going to open on Thursday, on Thanksgiving, and it's hard not to get caught up in the hoopla. And I got to say, John, when you come to the holidays, you could always be very frugal and say, no gifts this year, there's nothing we need, but that's not very much fun or festive.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. People like to go out and shop, and just the actual activity of shopping, I think, people enjoy that. In the fact that some of these consumer and some of these retail stores, Walmart, Target, things like that, are opening on that Thursday really is a race to get the consumer dollar and to sell more goods and services.
So how do we not go into debt? How do we not go broke this holiday season? Give us some tips.
Well, okay, we've got a few tips for you. Number one is try and set yourself on a budget on a, say per person basis. So, okay, well, Mom or our friend or our children, we're going to spend $20 or $50 or $100 per person, whatever fits your needs, and then stick to that budget. Sometimes it's difficult.
You do that. He told me he is the ultimate dad because you have a budget.
That's right. In our household, we put a budget in place on a per person basis, and between my wife and I, mostly my wife does the shopping, we make sure we stick to that. And if we feel that we need to get one person more, but we're at our budget, we'll try and get them something that is a doesn't cost you any money. As an example, last year, we each wrote a list to our parents of the top 10 things that they taught us in life and put it on a letter, and we gave it to them in an envelope literally under the tree Thanksgiving night or Christmas night. And they really enjoyed that, knowing that that's what we learned and took in place.
Well, that was a great gift because it was from the heart.
That's right, and that's the whole idea. Yeah, is if you're running up against those budgets or those financial constraints, or you don't have as much money in the checkbook this year, well, utilize and think about those ideas that you can give a gift to somebody that doesn't cost any money. And there's a lot of different great ideas out there.
And I know the little coupon book thing that a lot of kids give, that's always an idea, mainly I think for the kids, but I guess in some ways you could do that with adults too, right?
Absolutely. Gift cards that are specific with a little bit of meaning also are a great way to be able to get somebody and make sure the gift doesn't go to waste. And that is, something that can touch the heart, like giving a gift card at a restaurant to, somebody's where they met their wife or their spouse.
Oh, like something with some specific meaning, or one that is their favorite restaurant.
Sure, or another gift certificate to a hotel where the honeymoon was, or something like that.
Okay, those are some great tips. Anything else that you could, another path we could go down to save some money, not go into debt? Oh, I know what I was going to ask you about.
Sure.
A lot of times we need more money at the holidays, or we think we do, and we stop contributing to the IRA or to our savings account. Now, it's just a month. Is that okay?
Well, I would say always make sure that you're going to pay yourself first. So if you're working or you're earning money and you've got a plan of putting X amount into your retirement or your long-term savings vehicles, make sure you stick to that first. And then anything above and beyond that is what you would want to use for that holiday gift, that holiday gift time. But that's the key is just being smart. It's really easy to say, oh, we're gonna, we'll spend it up now and then we'll make up for it and pay the credit card off in the first quarter of next year. But when you get to that point and you've got that $1,000 credit card bill to pay off from Christmas, boy, you probably say, well, you know what? I bet you half of those gifts go unused.
Yeah, that's true. Let me ask you a quick question about saving. You said there's a 10-10-10 plan that we really ought to all adhere to.
Yeah, actually, that 10-10-10 plan is from a couple of generations ago, coming out of the Great Depression. But really, it's a strategy where you're saving 30% of your money. 10% is for short-term savings, which might be, hey, this is our emergency money and so forth. We live in Arizona. Air conditioner goes out.
That's an emergency.
You never want to be, where am I going to get the money to pay the air conditioner? So that's what we call kind of that short-term 10% there. 10% midterm, maybe a goal in a year or two. Hey, we want to save for a down payment on a house.
Okay.
And then 10% for the long term, which might be more, the kids' college or your own retirement, et cetera. So that's kind of that 10-10-10 plan that's been effective.
So here in the holiday season, try to do the 10-10-10.
That's right.
Try to not pay yourself, and some different ways to do gifts, the gift cards, the things that don't necessarily cost so much money. Stay out of debt this holiday season. Yes. John, thank you so much. John Arnold with Southwest Wealth Strategies in Scottsdale. Thanks for filling us in.
You bet. Thanks, Becky Lynn.
Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.